Hey guys, Romansiders here, with this review of Reviewz 64, released in 1996 for the Nintendo 64. We're deep in the middle of summer, so what could be better than reviewing a game that was all about riding the waves? Along with Super Mario 64, Star Wars Shadows of the Empire and Pilotwings 64, Reviewz 64 was one of the launch titles for the N64 when it was released in 1996. Like many racing games at the time, Reviewz did not have an actual story, with the focus being to race around on jet skis and to win first place. Pretty simple, but 1996 was a simpler time. A large part of each race was to successfully maneuver around various buoys. There are two types of buoys: red coloured buoys, which are labelled with an R and requires the player to move to the right side of them, while yellow buoys indicated with an L must be passed on the left side. Each time a buoy is correctly passed, a power arrow will light up and the player's jet ski will gain speed. If 5 arrows are lit, then the jet ski will obtain maximum power and a temporary speed boost. However, if you happen to miss a buoy or pass it on the wrong side, the player will be penalised with a drop in momentum and power and can risk disqualification altogether with 5 misses in a race. Leaving the course completely can also result in disqualification. I always found passing the buoys to be quite tricky, as I always confused my left and right sides, and with maximum power initiated, it becomes harder to control your ski, making misses much more likely. Players can choose from 4 different characters, each with their own attributes and skills. For example, Ryota Hayami is the most balanced character, while Dave Mariner is the fastest character, but also has the poorest handling. Choosing a character can be crucial to winning a race. There are several gameplay modes in Reviewz 64. Championship mode is the game's main mode, where players compete on a variety of courses from beaches and tranquil lakes to abandoned naval bases and glacial bays. There is much on offer in the single player mode. Each track has a specific number of points that the player must achieve in previous races in order to unlock the next track. If the requirement is not met, then it's tough luck and the game is over. One thing I liked in particular was that each course was wide and open, allowing you to choose which path you think is best to get to the finish line, as long as you don't miss the buoys of course. The game also includes a warm-up mode, which is a practice session, time trials which speak for themselves, and a stunt mode where players can earn points by performing stunts and passing through hoops, with points being determined by the difficulty of the stunt and conditions of which it was executed. Tricks vary from a 360-degree backflip off a jump ramp and even getting to perform a barrel roll. That one's for you, Peppy. Reviewz 64 can also be enjoyed by a second player with the game's 2-player mode. The game's graphics was one of the best the Nintendo 64 had to offer. In 1996, the game stunned everyone with accurate fluid water animation and wave effects. It's incredibly difficult to animate water due to its inconsistent nature to get it to animate correctly, but Reviewz 64 does just that. Character models are colourful and detailed, with some occasional pop-up crowd animations that do look a little stiff. Even today, the game's graphics still hold up, presenting some of the best ocean animations ever seen in a video game, blowing the competition out of the water. Sorry. Music was composed by Kazumi Todada and features sunny tunes that suit each track, though for me, I would have liked to see more variety in the compositions, as the melodies do sound similar to each other. On the other hand, sound effects are spot on, from the motor roaring of the skis to an announcer who commentates on your progress throughout each race. This really helps you get into the competitive spirit and immerse yourself in a world of Reviewz. Reviewz 64 was originally developed as a racing game featuring futuristic speedboats that could change forms by expanding and contracting, which was shown when the game was presented at Space World 1995. However, the game was deemed to be too similar in design to the soon-to-be released F-Zero X, and so the concept was radically changed. So it was out with the speedboats and in with the jet skis. Reviewz 64 was also sponsored by Kawasaki Heavy Industries, who provided the designs for the jet skis, as well as in-game company logos dotted throughout the courses. Now, on to some things I didn't like about the game. There isn't a lot actually, as I said before. I always found it difficult to correctly pass buoys, resulting in a lot of misses. I found it so frustrating to get disqualified time and again, but I guess I need to know the difference between my right and my left. Getting maximum power meant accuracy is sacrificed to speed, causing a lot of crashes against walls, or spinning off courses entirely. As with all racing games, there are balancing issues between characters, providing some unfair advantages. Although, with all that said, there is a lot right with this game. With its impressive water physics engine, Reviewz 64 was one of the most sophisticated games for the Nintendo 64, and keep in mind, this was a launch title. Gameplay is compelling and provides a great arcade experience on a console. With several different racing modes to choose from, difficulty settings and a 2-player mode, Wave Race 64 has long-lasting replay value and stands as a testament to the power of the N64. The game was re-released in 2007 for the Wii's Virtual Console, with some minor differences, mainly the removal of the in-game Kawasaki banners due to the expiration of the licensing deal. If you can't get a hold of this game, then I urge you to do so, as it is a classic, providing you with endless hours of top-notch wave action. Well, that ends another review. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please comment, thumbs up and subscribe, because it's free for you and helps me get the word out. Check me out on Facebook to keep up to date with what I'm doing, and until next time, see ya!